Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today, as you can see, we are on Marvel Rivals, but we won't be playing the game. We will just be taking a look at the skins that are in this game, because from what I have learned, people are really loving the skins in this game, and NetEase has done a great job. And you know, it helps that the female characters also look pretty good. So in the game there are currently 50 female skins, not including exclusive skins, and you can see the information in the bottom left corner. We are on season 1 as of the recording of this video. With that said, let's start ranking some skins. Just quickly before we start, the female characters that are in this game as of right now are Black Widow,
Dagger,
Hela, Invisible Woman, Luna Snow, Magic, Mantis, Penny Parker, Psylock, Scarlet Witch, Squirrel Girl, and the one and only Storm. We will be going from left to right, starting with Black Widow. Starting off with the default Black Widow skin. What is there to say about this? It's doing a lot. I think it's doing too much. I don't think they need those red lines that go down her chest or her entire torso. Kinda reminds me of the blue lightning or the blue light that was coming down her torso in, was it Age of Ultron? That neon blue color, it just did not work. I like the simplicity of the MCU skin, crazily enough, and the hair is like not doing it for me. Let's turn her around and see if we can find some more details that we may be liking to boost up the ranking. Alright, it has a decent size, looks pretty firm, but anyway, we are not the cake inspector, so we will not be taking that into account. This is, by all accounts, a mid-tier skin. Next up, we have the white suit, and this suit is of course based on the Black Widow movie from the MCU. Now this is the simplicity that I like. Unfortunately, they don't have the black suit, but this one is really good. I really like this white suit. I've never seen the Black Widow movie, but the white outfit does something to me. It just looks so clean, and the red accents and the black just really add to the detail. Of course, you can see some gray stripes coming down her torso, just really adds to the look. And they fixed her hair in this one. This one goes into great. Next up, we have Lethal Toxicity. I don't know what this is based off of, or if this is just something the developers decided to put into the game based off of nothing. This one is, I don't know, it just doesn't strike me as Black Widow. This one is terrible, absolutely terrible. I'm sorry. Next up, we have Dagger. Ignore Cloak, he's not actually a female, so it doesn't qualify for this video. So we'll be only taking a look at
Dagger
for this one, aka Tandy Bowen. So here we have the default
Dagger
skin. I don't know, there's not really too much to say about this skin. It looks pretty basic. I don't know, I'm gonna have to put it in mid. Now the Growth and Decay skin is absolutely fire. She is looking like a high elf from some sort of fantasy book or a movie or something. This skin is great. It's very top tier great. Next up, we have the Lemon Lime skin, which is probably worse than the default skin, but it's not a bad skin, so I'm gonna have to put it in mid. Next up, we have Hela from Thor Ragnarok. Well, she's not just from Thor Ragnarok, but she was also in that movie. Next up, we have the default Hela skin. Now this skin doesn't really do anything bad, looks pretty cool, especially with that animated cape, but for some reason I just can't find myself putting it in great for some reason, I don't know. And it's definitely not a bad skin, so I'm just gonna have to put it in mid. Goddess of Death. Now they really double down on the animation of the cape here, but the skin or costume itself doesn't look as good as the default skin. This one can go no higher than mid. Empress of the Cosmos. Now she definitely looks like Miss Galaxy, but I'm not into Miss Galaxy. Even though the skin looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. The skin is really doing it for me. But that headwear is kinda weird. If they change the headwear, I think it would be great. But I have no idea how she looks under that helmet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put this in, I think bad. This skin is simply called Ultimate. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, you can't really go wrong with black and red. They just go so perfectly together that it's hard to mess up. Is it as good as the default skin? No, probably not, but it's certainly better than the Cosmos skin. So I'm gonna be putting this in mid. Next up we have a fan favorite in Invisible Woman. She's now the queen of the snow bunnies, taking the throne from Cloak. She was of course added later into the game. She was not a launch character. It is Sue Storm herself. Look at that, an absolute snow bunny for the ages. Now this skin is just simply called Invisible Woman. Now when I think of the Fantastic Four, I automatically default to the blue costumes. But this one is basically just inverted from the blue costumes that we'll be seeing later. But this one is still great. I mean, she rocks that costume really well. So I'm gonna have to put it in great. And just for good measure, let's look at the cake! Oh my good lord. Oh my lord. I'm about to sin. Let's get off the skin before something crazy happens. Next up we have the Life Fantastic. And we're gonna have to watch this animation here before we can get into ranking the skin or the costume. Alright, let's hear. This is a top tier skin. There is like a no contest there. This is a fantastic skin, no pun intended. I mean, this is just amazing. She looks great in this dress. Not to be lusting over pixels here, but Invisible Woman has always been one of the greatest looking superheroes in Marvel Comics, and the developers knew the assignment. And also this dress is really nice. And also, aren't women so lucky that they have so many options in clothes and men just have a basic suit? But anyway, this one is gonna be our first amazing of the day. Next up we have Malice, probably the greatest skin in this game. I mean, oh my lord, what were they thinking? Look at those thighs, look at those thighs, man. They were absolutely fiending in the office when they made this, because if you compare it to the comic book version, it looks nothing alike, and it definitely doesn't have that much skin, and it doesn't really look like Invisible Woman. But I'm gonna make an exception here, because this skin, man, oh my lord, oh my lord. If I was an Invisible Woman main, I would just be using this skin. And let's do something here that we probably shouldn't do. We'll be turning her around. Oh my good lord, look at that cake, look at that cake. Oh my god, I'm about to bust. My lord, I could be staying on the screen for the entire day. Now if only she didn't have a cape. Oh my good lord. Whew, that cake is perfect. But anyway, we are not here to be ranking cakes. But this is a really cool skin. Even if she were fully clothed, too bad she can't afford clothes, it would be an amazing skin or costume, definitely. So this is what I think of when I think of the Fantastic Four blue. And the blue costume is absolutely top tier. It's top notch. It has to go into amazing. It's kind of crazy that we have 3 costumes in amazing, and so far it's all Invisible Woman. Moving on from Snow Bunny of the Year to someone who actually has snow in their name. It is Luna Snow, the K-pop star. Her name is, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Is that just Seoul He or Seoul He? Anyway, let's take a look at her costumes. So this is the default Luna Snow outfit or costume. And I'm not gonna lie, there's not too much going on. Doesn't really strike me as a superhero costume. I'm gonna have to put it in mid, honestly. But I do like her hair. Next up we have Mireille 2099. Oh my god, that pose. It could make a man melt. Now this is a proper costume. I mean, it looks more like a pop star costume, but that makes sense considering she is a pop star. Now this outfit is much better than the other one. I'm gonna have to go in great, I'm not gonna lie. Again, I like how they are splitting the colors. Looks really good. Next up we have the Shining Star costume. Kinda reminds me of Emma Frost, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, she probably will be coming to the game at some point. Another snow bunny. Not this one though, she's not a snow bunny because she is Korean. But imagine Invisible Woman and Emma Frost going toe to toe about who is the ultimate Marvel rival snow bunny. But anyway, we are not here to talk about Emma Frost. But this one is a pretty cool skin, I'm not gonna lie. I like the diamonds. I think this is gonna have to go into great. I should need to stop doing that pose before I lose my mind. But yeah, a great skin. This skin is called Minty Beats. And you know, there's just something about green. Why do female superheroes in green and that have green hair just look so good always? I don't think there has ever been a female superhero, or supervillain I guess, in green that has looked bad, ever. Now it can't go in great, because it's basically just a recoloring of her default skin. But I think this is better than her default skin, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not her hair, yes definitely her hair. I like this, I really like this hair, I'm not gonna lie. But you can't go no higher than mid. Next up we have Magic, who probably looks more Asgardian than she does an X-Men. Elena Rasputin. I wonder if she's in any way related to Mr. Rasputin. So this is the default Magic skin. Now again, not too much going on, just like Luna Snow, but for some reason I prefer this one over Luna Snow. It must be the stockings that they added, or the pantyhose, I don't know what they're called. And they're also ripped. You know women love ripped pantyhose. There's just something classic about ripped pantyhose. I'm gonna have to put this in great. I'm sorry, it just have to go in great. I don't know why, I can't explain it. It just must be the pantyhose. I don't know if I should be including the monster version of Magic as a costume, because I don't really know how it functions. But this skin, or costume, or form looks great, I'm not gonna lie. And she kinda has that goat legs? I don't really know. She a demon? Guess she can transform like the Hulk. She becomes a demon lady. This is a cool skin, I'm not gonna lie, or a cool form. I'm gonna put this in great. Next up we have Punk Child. I don't know why she called Punk Child. Let's see this long animation here. So is she another musician, just like Luna Snow? This one looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. It looks very anime inspired, metal anime inspired. Kinda like baby metal I guess. And this is another great skin. I don't know, there's something about their hair and the color purple. I really like this skin. And her tattoo on her thigh. This is another great skin. She has another monster form. All of them have a monster form. This one is not as good as the other one, I'm not gonna lie. This one is bad. No, it's not bad. It's mid. It's mid. We got Eldritch Armor. This skin is class. Absolutely class. This kind of reminds me of something I would see in a Demon Souls game or something like that. This one is absolutely class. It looks really good on her. Elena Rasputin. This is gonna have to go into amazing. There's something about women in armor. She can join the other Snow Bunny in amazing. This form is also absolutely class. Absolutely class. This is something that I will be rocking if this was available in another game. This is gonna have to go in amazing. Next up we have the Amethyst Armor. This one also really cool, but it can't go no higher than great, joining the other default Magic skin. Basically just a recolored version, but with the amethyst purple colors. It's gonna go in great. Joining her in great is gonna be her monster form, which also looks great. Next up we have Mantis. I'm not gonna lie, I know absolutely nothing about Mantis. I think the first time I've seen her was in the MCU. Default Mantis is alright, nothing crazy about this one. Reminds me of an elven creature, but it's gonna have to go in mid. Galactic Wings. I have no idea what this is. Is this somewhere in the far future? Because what the heck is this? Why is she having such advanced armor? Looks like something out of Destiny or something. This one is it's absolutely terrible. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now this is a skin that I really like. This is gonna have to go into great. Next up we have Jade Maiden. Probably inspired by China. You can see a dragon there. There's something about traditional Chinese clothing, and I hope this is Chinese, that's just is really cool. Now she reminds me of someone actually called Jade. Not that I know someone called Jade, but there is a character called Jade, and she reminds me exactly of this person. Now I don't know where she is from, but it really reminds me of someone called Jade. I don't know why. Maybe is there someone called Jade in Marvel that looks like this? I know there's someone, but this is a great skin. Nowhere core. Now this is my Mantis right here. I like Mantis with green skin. Makes her look more unique, makes her stand out a bit more. I really like this jacket she got on. It looks very good. I'm gonna have to put it in great. Next up we have Penny Parker. For some reason they didn't bother to give her a superhero name. I don't know why, but hey, I guess not everyone needs a superhero identity or name. I'm not gonna lie, I know absolutely nothing about Penny Parker. the first time I saw her or even heard her name uttered was in Into the Spider-Verse, where she got first introduced to me. I don't know what I'm ranking here. Is it just Penny Parker herself, or is it the huge robot mech she got behind her? Because she is one with that robot mech. I don't know, it just kinda looks mid. I guess I'm gonna have to turn it around to see it from the front. Yeah, it ain't it. It's gonna be mid. We got the Venom skin. I'm not sure if this is considered DLC, because I think you have to download it from the PlayStation Store to get it. It is free. Now this one is really cool. Again, it's purple. Well, I say really cool. I wouldn't say it's really cool, but I really like the purple. I don't know, I'm a sucker for purple, and this purple and green is really working. Now I think there's just too much white going on with her costume, but the mech itself is looking really clean. I mean, holy moly. Let's say we are starting at mid. I would say Penny Parker drags it down to bad, but then the mech saves it and he will go into great. If I solely had to rank the mech, it will go into great, so we meet in the middle, and I think we're gonna have to go into mid. Blue Tarantula. I'm inclined to put it in mid, but it's not as good as the other ones. I'm gonna have to put this in bad. Olive Skimmer. Gonna have to put this in bad as well. Next up we have Psylock, probably the coolest looking character in this game, also known as Just Psy. So this is the default Psylock skin, and I'm not gonna lie, this is perfection. There's not a single thing I would change about this skin. And the little scarf she got there, or say little, is hanging down to her knees. It really adds to this costume. This is a perfect costume. Absolutely, undoubtedly perfect. Next up we have Vengeance. I know it's not Batman, it is Psylock again. And this skin is also really cool. This one is more comic inspired. I think we're gonna have to do it, lads. We're gonna have to do it. Just for you and for me. The cake of Psylock. And you know what? It's not even me being a horn dog, because I believe if you have the skin and you select the character, she turns around and the camera zooms in on her cheeks. So the developers are the ones who are fiending, not me. I'm simply just using the tools that I have available to look at the character, so blame them, not me. But this is another great skin. I'm inclined to put it in top tier, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at her face and it looks really good. But can it go into amazing? There's a struggle. There is a struggle. I think it does. I think it does go into amazing. Next up we have Blood Carudo. And this skin is probably my personal favorite skin in the entire game. I don't know what it is, but this just simply works for me. This is another skin that's just perfection. There's nothing I would change about it. It looks so unique as well. It kind of reminds me of that anime here. Maybe from that game Atelier, whatever it's called, Atelier Ryza. The outfit is just so good. Perfection. It's just, I don't have a perfect tier, but maybe I should have a perfect tier. I did it, guys. I had to add another tier. The tier is called Perfection. It has two skins in it. It is the default Psylocke skin and this Blood Carudo skin. It just had to be done. And there are only gonna be two skins in here. I'm gonna spoil the rest of the video. No other skin. It's gonna be going into perfection. As I go and say that, we have the Kirasaki Sakura costume, and it looks just as good as the default Psylocke skin. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put this in perfect as well. If the default skin is perfect, this one also has to go in perfect. I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to be done. Psylocke is just a perfect character, I guess. Next up is Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, and I can't believe they actually cast a white woman to play Scarlet Witch, because look at that. I don't think that's a white woman. At least she's tanned, unlike Elizabeth Olsen. Now Elizabeth Olsen is a fantastic actress, no shade there, but they could have done better in casting. So this is the default Scarlet Witch skin. Not only could they have done better casting, but the costume design could also have been better in the MCU, because this costume is great. It looks really clean. Compared to the MCU version, it should be god tier, because I thought the MCU version looked pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Or at least the Multiverse of Madness and Endgame or whatever version of her costume. Not the first costume, that was ass, it was just a trench coat basically. But this one is really good. As I said, it's gonna go into great. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This skin is called I mean, look at this. Look at the downgrade. It is monumental. Absolutely monumental. I don't know what they were thinking creating such a bad costume in the MCU for Scarlet Witch, because she deserves something way better. This is bad. This is bad. I'm not gonna lie. This is, I don't know what they were thinking. Emporium Matron. This is another skin that I really like. It's gonna have to go into great. Nyx Weaver. This skin doesn't really strike me as Scarlet Witch. Why is it gray? What doesn't make it a bad skin though? I think it's gonna have to go into mid. We're down to our penultimate hero. It is Squirrel Girl, aka Doreen Green. Now, could there be a more unassuming superhero name in the world than Doreen Green? Doreen Green just sounds so NPC to me. Now, if you have been on Instagram or other places, I won't name them, you can see a timeline flooded with women cosplaying as Squirrel Girl, the thickest character in Marvel Rivals. Now, I don't know why people go crazy about Squirrel Girl. It's just the thickness, because this skin just doesn't really do anything for me. I think it's just gonna be a mid skin. I mean, if you take the thickness into account, it's great, but we are not. We're just ranking the actual costume. So it's just gonna have to go into mid. Squirrel Girl is a pretty unassuming superhero, even though she beat Thanos, or her squirrels beat Thanos, I should say, by just giving him 1,000 paper cuts. But you know, I think Ant-Man could solo Thanos as well. He could just go into his anus and explode him from the inside. So does that mean that Ant-Man is the most powerful hero in all of Marvel, as well as Squirrel Girl? Mid. Next up we got Urban Hunter. I'm not gonna lie, I am tempted. I am really tempted to make a list just called Dreadful, because this is dreadful. There's no two ways about it. It is dreadful. It's just dreadful. Like, what is this? It might be based on something from the comics, but it didn't look great there, and it doesn't look great here. I think I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it, guys. Yes, I did it, guys. Squirrel Girl Urban Hunter costume goes into Dreadful. The first Dreadful of this video, and the only Dreadful. Spoiler alert. Now, she should be honored that she is in exclusive company, because there's no other tier that only has one costume in it. Next up we have Cheerful Dragoness, and thankfully they could save Squirrel Girl from embarrassment, because this skin is really cool. Let's take a look at their tail. Is this a dragon tail? It's a massive tail. Imagine carrying that tail around. It must be pretty heavy. But this skin is it's really cool, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the best Squirrel Girl skin that we have had so far. But can it be above the default skin? Because it's not really Squirrel Girl. I think it can. It doesn't matter. This is just skins. Why am I putting logic into this? Absolutely, it has to go into great. So I just realized something here on Arctic Lemus, the costume name for this costume, is that Squirrel Girl actually doesn't have squirrel ears. It's just something she puts on her head, because she got actual ears right there. And I thought those were her actual ears, but they're not. They're fake. She's not even a Squirrel Girl. She's just a normal girl. But then again, what about her tail? Is her tail also fake? I mean, it moves around, so I don't really know how that's possible. Why does she have fake squirrel ears, but she has a real tail? That's super weird. I mean, surely if you have the tail, you might as well just give her the ears as well, and not give her fake ears. But this one is, this one's color scheme is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But it's gonna have to go in mid. I'm sorry, Squirrel Girl. Next up we have the greatest X-Men of all time. It's Ororo Monroe, aka Storm. But this was my main when I played Marvel Rivals, and she was absolutely cooked. They had to buff her because she was so bad. She didn't do any damage. She was so terrible. But by then, I stopped playing the game. Now, I realized recently that for some reason they like to give Storm really terrible haircuts, from the latest X-Men movie where she was in to this one. Like, why would they push her hair? Why couldn't they just give her the normal long silver hair that she has in X-Men Evolution, or even the Halle Berry hair that she has in the X-Men movies? Because this hair is just not doing it for me. But you know what's doing it for me? These melons. They are sticking out. They are so noticeable. Probably the most notable melons in the game. Now they're not the biggest melons, but they are there and they're sticking out. For some reason when you zoom in, that is where my eyes default to. And it's the first time it has happened. As I said, there's something special about Storm. My favorite X-Men along with Wolverine, but I think Storm is the more unique choice. But as I actually ranked the skin, not the greatest Storm costume that we have ever had, but it's not terrible either. I will probably go into mid. Mid, is that too harsh? Is mid too harsh? I don't think so. The cape is not really that cool either, so I'm gonna have to put it in mid. I'm sorry Storm, I love you forever and ever, but change your costume. Talking about bad hair, what is this Mohawk rock Storm? I mean, has she ever played music before? Like, why would they make her into a rock star? Because this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, they gave her a clean midriff, at least. Probably the worst haircut that she's ever had. This has to go into mid. No, into not, into mid, into bad. But now that I'm seeing it, I'm seeing the error of my ways. There's no way that the default Storm can be mid if this one is bad. So I'm inclined to put this in terrible. So Mohawk rock Storm has been demoted to terrible. I took another look at the default Storm skin and yeah, it just could not be in mid, no in bad, one tier below the default skin. Now to our last ranking of today. It is Ivory Breeze Storm. This Storm costume is fantastic. It is amazing. I think the only thing that could make it better is if she had a normal cape, because I don't know why it has those holes in it and it attaches to her arms. Now maybe that's comic book accurate, but at least fill in the holes in the cape. And the white costume really works. And she has, is that an X? It is an X. Does she have it in the back as well? She does. She is an X-Men. Maybe they should have just gone with the braids on both sides, but I would prefer just her long hair. I'm really struggling here if I should put it in amazing or great, because that hair and that cape is locking it down. So for that reason, I'm gonna have the difficult choice of putting a video game character into the great tier. Alright, so the actual last skin we have today is the Twilight Duo skin for Cloak and Dagger. It was added on March 7th, so when I originally recorded this video, it wasn't out. But now it's out and it looks exactly what you think it should be called. Cloak definitely does look like a pimp. Now, Dagger doesn't look like a hoe, but yeah, Cloak just looks like a pimp. It's hard to deny. Maybe it should be called the Pimp Duo. Honestly, I would say this is a bad skin. I mean, it's not really that cool. And Cloak just looks like a pimp, even though we're not ranking him in this ranking. But yeah, Dagger doesn't look any much better, to be honest. Let's now go over the finished tier list, going from top to bottom. Starting with the perfect tier, we got Psylock, Blood Karudo, Kirasaki Sakura, all Psylock skins. Next up we have the amazing tier with the Life Fantastic, Malice and First Family skin for Invisible Woman. And then we have the Eldritch Armor, Monster version, and Vengeance, and those belong to Magic and Psylock. Next up is the Great tier, which is our most stacked tier, just about, with one. We have the white suit for Black Widow, we have Growth and Decay for Cloak and Dagger, we have Invisible Woman, we have Mireille 2099 and Shining Star for Luna Snow. We got Magic and the Magic Monster version, Punk Child, Amethyst Armor and the Amethyst Armor Monster version for Magic. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Jade Maiden, Nowhere Core for Mantis, Scarlet Witch, Emporium Matron for Scarlet Witch also. Then we have Cheerful Dragoness for Squirrel Girl and Ivory Breeze for Storm. For the mid section we have the standard Black Widow skin, the standard Cloak and Dagger skin, the Lemon Lime skin for Cloak and Dagger, we got the normal Hela skin, Goddess of Death Ultimate skin also for Hela, got the standard Luna Snow skin, the Minty Beats for Luna Snow, we got the Punk Child Monster version for Magic, we got the basic Mantis skin, the default Penny Parker skin, the Venom skin for Penny Parker, Nyx Weaver for Scarlet Witch, the default Squirrel Girl, and the Arctic Lemus skin for Squirrel Girl, and then the default Storm skin. Moving on to the bad tier, we got 5, and those are the Empress of the Cosmos for Hela, the Blue Tarantula and Olive Skimmer skin for Penny Parker, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness skin for Scarlet Witch, the Twilight Duo skin for Cloak and Dagger. Next up we have the Terrible tier. We have Little Toxicity for Black Widow, we got Galactic Wings for Mantis, Mohawk Rock for Storm, and then this list, and then the tier that I added exclusively for this terrible skin, it is Urban Hunter, the skin for Squirrel Girl. So that is the finished tier list for the female skins in Marvel Rivals as of March 7th. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tier list ranking of the women's skins in Marvel Rivals. I know they were hugely popular, probably are hugely popular among the cosplay world, but I wouldn't know. So I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.